Right. Still hopeless. Ah! Nah, nah, nah. Nah, nah, nah. I mean, I guess, hey guys, you ever thought about like uniting and stuff on stuff? Ever thought about that? Trading government secrets, like playing cards and stuff. Because politicians try to do it. Pretty much almost all of them up to this point. I mean, nothing's confirmed or verified, obviously. Ever thought about that, guys? Maybe they were just waiting for a theme park and they were going to try to go on the rides before all the kids did. Granted, it's not going to be made and they're not going to be able to do that because they're stupid. I mean, they could go on VR headsets and stuff like that, but they're too old. It's the reason why it's 35 and up, guys. Can't go on theme park rides anymore unless you're 35. That was a joke. I'm not really serious about that. Gotta put on those VR headsets. Wait for someone to steal their plasma screen TV. It's the reason why I never get plasma, guys, because plasma is used for plasma screen TV. So stupid. It's not actually plasma. It's a liquid, and it actually has much more friggin' stuff. Much more amazing things could be used as a reflective surface that could tell you exactly what's behind you. There are those people walking around with demons in their hair. I mean, raccoons in their hair. I mean, what? Thinking they're monkeys, man. Thinking they're monkeys. Stupid ass fucking Nick Swartzen with his judgmental hurtfulness. Shit's weak, man. Shit's weak. Yeah, it's a weak raccoon that's gonna come for you. He's gonna latch on you and try to give you rabies even though it can't. Animals are stupid sometimes. Like, yeah, I ate out of the garbage. That means I'm gonna get really sick and then run at you. I'm gonna try to throw up in your shoes. Shit. See how far we can go with these dudes on our tail. Yeah. Not actually gonna think about that because it's just a fleeting thought. These are the thoughts that I come up with when I'm thinking about myself. I really am good at making up thoughts of my own. I am the best. I always knew it. When I was 5 years old, I knew I was the best. I was a really smart kid, and I knew that there were differences between certain things that were happening and what people actually conceived about notions and stuff like that. I didn't just keep it to myself. I usually told someone about it. Usually. Other things that I didn't, my parents were always pissed about because they thought that something was something, and yeah. So I don't know. There were a lot of times when I believed that I was amazing, and I'm also amazing. That's how long I lasted. About 45 seconds to a minute. There we go. All right. All right, so there are a lot of times I believe that animals are sweet and cuddly. And most of them are. Most of them that are domesticated are actually very, very good, and they're very nice. But there are other animals out there that are really raunchy and will do terrible, terrible things to you. It's like those guys who hurt people, or like rapists, basically. Not just basically rapists, but people who get off on trying to control other people. They kind of have like an adeptness to that fear of certain animals, like that chemical, that dopamine that's given off at a certain time of something happening, like someone who's like, it's a weird thing because there's a lot of it's not exactly a weird thing because there are a lot of times where people got off on something that was horrible and didn't realize that that horrible thing was happening at that time that they were doing things that were involving them climaxing or something like that, and through those certain things they grow weary of themselves, I guess. All right. The notions that people kind of believe in and understand sometimes can make people lose concepts of what their past life was, or what their past concepts were on what turned them on or what made them feel good about themselves. And that's a notion about what people would call stupidity. Because you shouldn't change yourself just because a notion tries to make you change it. You should change a notion of yourself if you feel like changing. And I think what the notion itself, or what people try to push as a suggestion for that notion, what people try to do is, what they don't understand is that yeah, I talk a lot. I actually can't hear you. My headset's kind of... Hello? It's not so close to my TV. Yeah, I can hear you now. I just turned my volume up. What is it? It's Joe. joebombsquad87's. How's it going? And I'm doing good. Having a good day. How about yourself? Yeah, I'm just talking about stuff that kids shouldn't listen to sometimes because they're not old enough to. So that's why I stopped talking. What? I still can't hear you. What'd you say? I gotta get a better headset. This thing's kind of messed up right now. I left it in my room, kind of messy sometimes. I think water might have got on it, so. I'm totally first. I gotta go back to the lobby. Go on to another session. Alright, back to what I was talking about. People have the notion of the things that turn them on sometimes. Their mind replaces thoughts of what they thought of when they were younger sometimes. And they revert back to that state. And that's sometimes with the basis of what some people do and some people have inside of their mind, that they have to change that thought about certain things that people talk about and think that some people need to be lined up and shot for some reason, for some thought that they have. Understandably so, that's the reason why sometimes they have that thought, is because of past trauma. And associating that thought with something better so that they can be able to get out of that loop of thought, or that situation, that synapse can fire and fire something else, or synapse can spark, not spark, but synapse can run, and it can make something else a thought pattern that makes that thing eventually disappear. And that in itself sometimes is aided by medicine. And it's the reason why sometimes people stay off medicine. Sometimes it's because they want that, because they think that it has a purpose. They don't understand that it doesn't have a purpose, and it shouldn't. Because it's past relieved trauma. Like the reason why I don't understand or am able to think about what happened to my life, basically, or how it happened to my life. And there are a lot of times when you start to have a situation come back to you, and that situation itself is a reminder of what someone actually tried to do or tried to say, and within that thought, through a child's mind, there were a bunch of different possibilities of what that child actually made, and through that possibility, something that they saw on the news, or someone that they saw through some sort of thing, created a false memory, and that false memory felt comforting because there was nothing attached to it, or no experience attached to it. And that's usually where sometimes certain thoughts like pedophilia or pedophilic thoughts can actually come from. And people don't understand that or even notice it. But you have to get used to sometimes. Not you have to get used to, but you have to understand things that are very different from what other people think. And if they've been through past trauma and tried to escape it through different trauma to try to replace the thought, then that's probably the actual thing that's actually happening, if it's not actually being connected to a reflex. So that's psychology and junk. And I'm getting another free car. What's going on? I can hear you. I don't understand your I don't understand your accent, I guess. That much. I need to turn my... Do I have a... Yeah, I do. I can turn it up. Alright, cool. I hear you. I had to turn my volume up. I didn't notice I had a volume switch on my thing. I just didn't notice because... What's going on? I don't have a Bostonian accent right now, so I'm just gonna leave it at that. What? You told me to shut up a bunch? Alright, cool. Same to you. Not same to you, but it's cool. He likes pork sausage. That's cool. I'm glad to hear it that he likes that. Unfortunately, I think that he might be faking that accent if he's not if he likes pork sausage, because I don't think he said that at all. It's all right. He's a good guy. He's just playing GTA, minding his own business. He's gonna do. He's gonna do good. It's gonna do good, guys. It's gonna do fine. Huh? What happened, guys? What happened? I don't know what that means. That's probably something otherworldly. That is. That sounds Russian. Are you Russian or Czechoslovakian? They have a lot of different people that have influenced certain languages sometimes. Ukrainian. How are you getting on this region of things? I don't know if he's faking an accent, so. It's okay. I mean, you can talk about your heritage if you want. Or make fun of your heritage or someone else's. It's pretty insensitive, but I'm not worried about it because I'm not easily offended. So. I have a bounty of $7,000 if anybody wants to try to catch me. Just gonna be running by a whole bunch of different people. Don't know why the trees are gonna come out. I got a bounty of $7,000 on my head. If anybody wants to take it, $7,000, bruh. You want $7,000? That's...
What?
What? Cool. Let's see if I can kill people. Bam. God damn it. It's funny. It's okay. I need to go to ammunition again. I'm gonna play some more missions and actually win. or even place, I guess. No, get away from me. I'm in my Mini Cooper. Alright. Alright. I want to kill this guy because he tried to shoot me. Shit! Alright, I'm gonna go to this gang thing and see how much money I can get. Oh man. Gosh, guys.
Get out of here.
There we go. Son of a bitch. Alright. Just talk about what I was talking about. Okay. A lot of times what goes through people's minds is the trauma of something, or the trauma of experiencing something. The trauma of experiencing or seeing something in their childhood, in which got, through hypnosis or some other situation, erased from their mind, or insinuated that it wouldn't happen. It's the reason why sometimes you see people, they, a lot of times, when people have jarring experiences, they're never the same again. A lot of times when kids see stuff and think it's real, they actually do have a part in their brain that tells them to hide, or tells them to do something. If they freeze at that motion, what they don't understand is that that experience can make them hesitant to try, or to want to try to be able to experience life again. And a lot of times people experience certain things, and they're changed forever, and they see it, so they want to act it. And not monkey see, monkey do. Child act, or child act, child do. It's like they see something that's jarring, they see something that's completely terrible, and they try to come up with a scenario where they're the person in control. And when you come up with a scenario where you're the one in control, the scenario behind a violent act starts to manifest itself. That scenario is the thought that if I was the one with the gun, I'd be shooting someone and someone. If I was the thing, then I would be the thing that thing is. Understandably so, this is all known in psychology as child regression, or child thought regression. Children regress in their thoughts. They regress into their thoughts, and people don't know this. And sometimes they need it, but other times they don't. I tried to come up with a situation that, in my own mind, that I thought might be the memory that I held, and a lot of times people thought that I wouldn't do things, or I wouldn't say things, or I wouldn't be certain things, I guess, or I would be certain things, and they were afraid of that. The situations that go through someone's mind whenever they're actually coming through a situation, and that situation making a lasting impact on someone's life can make a can make a lasting impact on the way that they see themselves as a person. And when they start to see themselves as a person, they don't realize that what they're seeing is a situation in their life constantly going wrong. And when they see that situation constantly going wrong, they can't see any other possibility. But as they see that another possibility can enact itself, they try to flock to that sometimes, or try to see whatever that thing has for them, even though sometimes it has nothing or anything for them at all. So there are certain situations in my life that I realized that I had to figure out on the fly, and I had to figure out very, very quickly, or else I'd be scarred, and I'd never go back to those situations, and or I'd never go back to those situations with the same impulses. And what I tried to do to be able to get myself through it was to figure out a certain notion, not the certain thing that I liked about the situation, but a certain notion or a separate thought that I could use that made me feel like I was like that thing itself, or that thing I was doing at the time, that situation I was in, wanted me there. And that's, I think, where the notion of my mom's religion came from, or my mom's notion of religion. I don't know if she actually believes in a bunch of values, that because there are different kinds of Christians, and there are different kinds of people that believe in different kinds of things, and they do different kind of stuff. So it's like, and there are different kinds of people who believe in a whole bunch of stuff. So granted, there are things that people want, I guess, from those things. I don't know exactly what they want, and nor do I care, because the situations that I know how to get myself out of and to get myself into, I've been able to make certain situations, what's the word? I've been able to see certain situations for what they are. And as I start to go, and as I start to move sometimes, there are a lot of times where... Alright, cool. Let's start this, because I'm going to stop talking. Alright, so I got kicked off of GTA Online again. And now we're going back to wherever we were. To GTA 5. And the times I believed in a lot of different stuff was a lot of times I believed in things that would help me, I guess. And right now, I guess I'm running through a couple of different emotions, but those emotions themselves, I'm trying to logically pan out and be able to make sure that that I don't act wildly sometimes. The times I believed in relative notions of not grandeur, but of grandioso beliefs that I believed in something that was amazing and awesome, and people didn't understand that my family is kind of, they're just, and I'm running fast as the wind, fast as the wind. Many notions I believed in. There were a lot of times where there are a lot of times where I believed in certain notions, and people didn't understand that that I kind of had this bleeding heart, I guess, but it wasn't mine, I guess, and it just made me it just made me skip all the notions that I was believing in myself, and it made me go to certain notions of self-harm, and there were a lot of times where people didn't understand where all this stuff even came from, wherever I got it from, wherever all this, and the most of the things is I made it. I mean, granted, I used the people's stuff, I guess, as a template, I guess. Not really stuff even. I just sometimes copied the raw material, I guess, because I'm a human, I guess. So, for the most part, people should understand that people should understand that there are a lot of different reasons why there are a lot of different things that I notice, and a lot of times people just don't get the fact that certain things come easy to certain people, and alright, let's see something. A lot of times I realize that people didn't have my back on certain things. And a lot of times I had to let them go. It really made me sad to know that I had to. And I really wish people would have understood. Just kept trying to get on that motorcycle, and obviously that trucker didn't like it. But understandably so. I don't get on motorcycles in real life, and I'm never going to either, because they're uncomfortable, and I like comfort. And yeah, I like comfort, lots and lots of comfort. So most of the time, when I believed that there were people out there that could help me, I realized that in some cases there weren't. In some cases, and not a lot of people were out there that actually understood my specific case of there were a lot of people that thought that somehow I farted, and there were a lot of people that thought that somehow somehow I was trying to like what's the word, get over on the system. And those are usually people who are getting over on the system themselves, and that's not exactly what I'm trying to do. I just did a twisty twirl.
Oh, crap! That
or no, not a twirly twist. A twisty twirl isn't. I don't know. Okay, all right, cool. I'm not gonna go into it right now. A lot of times, there are people out there that that really believed in me, and I knew that there would be a certain day where a certain amount of stuff comes to light, and I really hope that day comes soon, and not on my 40th birthday. Although I'm probably
suspect doing 80 miles per hour on a red motorbike.
a lot of times I realized there were people out there that cared, and a lot of times I realized that that I believed in something, and granted that something wasn't amazing or awesome, but they had to understand that more times I realized that people really were outside there to help me, and the more I knew that that day was coming soon, and that I didn't need to fret. And I just hope that whenever I get to that day, I'm humble and I try not to offend anyone, because I can be offensive, to say the least, I guess. But yeah. And also, I don't believe in religion, so whatever. Woo! I'm not gonna try to be to someone that I don't want to be. So realize that if you're trying to be someone you don't want to be, sometimes you can cause yourself undue harm just by going against what your basic fundamental morals are. Sometimes going against what your basic fundamental morals can actually cause you harm. People are meant to feel guilt because of the morals they set forth in front of themselves, and that's the reason why people who make rules are sometimes stupid. Understandably so. There are a lot of times where people decided to do certain things and certain stuff. They didn't understand or realize that there are certain reasons why people did certain things and did certain things and stuff, and there are also the reasons why I'm gonna run into this dude on the motorcycle bike, and then I'm gonna shoot him with the Uzi. Hey, get out of here! I'm amazing. Clean getaway, guys.
North of the Yellow Jack Bar.
More times I realized that people weren't more times I realized that people were doing something different for themselves than what I wanted for myself. I realized that there were a lot of times when I realized a lot of different things about myself, and I also realized that there are people that I couldn't talk to for a while. Not because of them being a bad person or anything like that, but because they were going into a nunnery or a covenant or some sort of religious cult thing that people like to believe in and say that it's good for you, instead of believing themselves because they don't know and they don't want to do the research. So believe that when people do stupid shit and say stupid stuff, they always believe in taking care of yourself constantly. I'm an adult. I can do whatever the hell I want. Sometimes I don't take a shower. Sometimes I don't feel like taking a shower because it's stupid. Because it's stupid. It's dumb to take showers sometimes, because you're taking off all the moisture that heals all your scars and shit. Neosporin was made from things and proteins that were from vegetables that help them frickin' do things. Those same proteins live on your skin and your sweat sometimes. That's the reason why, just let it dry and then wash it off with water. Or maybe don't let it dry, but let it sit there for a little while. Don't fucking sitting in your own juices. Trying to sound like it's nasty or something, man. It's not that nasty. Realize that someone's nationality has never changed because they did not take a shower and they did something too much. It's not. It's stupid. They might have done bleach. They're stupid. I knew that a lot of times when I believed in what I wanted for myself.
Move!
A lot of times people don't understand that there are I don't know, man, people just don't understand things, I guess. They're never gonna understand things, they're never gonna understand themselves if they don't realize it, so. But hey, you know what? Lack of care is stupid. Alright, I'm gonna turn that off because I don't have the rights to that music. And now we're gonna realize that there are certain people out there that just, no matter what you say, they're gonna say what they want to say, and then they're gonna do what they want to do, and realize their own self goals, and then go back to Mexico. I'm not talking about anyone that's Mexican or anything, because I'm really not. So I'm just gonna keep on. I'm by myself. All right. Talking about my dad. Alright, so gonna have a good day. Gonna be ourselves. Gonna do this for a couple more times. Keep on doing this. Gonna keep on doing this because I don't even know how they knew how a Tesla would sound. How did they know? How did GTA know that a freaking Tesla would literally make hardly any noise? And I don't think they got it from any air conditioner, because air conditioners make noise. They're like, for the ones that are actually in a bunch of places where they made this game. Bunch of refrigerators and shit. I don't know how they made this game, but I guess this is one of those things, man. Companies talk to different video game makers to try to market their stuff, and they're going to tell you how to do stuff, you know, they tell you how to make stuff. Companies like to market cars and stuff, even if they're not saying that stuff. And I'm by myself, so, alright. Companies like to do that stuff. Alright, cool. I'm doing a great job. I'm going fast as the wind. Shit. Alright, so, I'm gonna keep on keeping on, guys. It's a really cool car. It finally makes noise. And, that's what happens to cars in space. They don't bounce off of things, they just keep floating, and then they hit shit, because that's what happens. Cars in space, they hit shit. They hit a lot of shit. And they get completely morphed into something terrible. This atmosphere makes certain metals bond together. So, realized the Black Knight satellite was probably a car that somebody shot a rocket into space. And then that's what the fuck it is. It's probably another black car from when Tesla decided they were going to try to put their car in space. From when another place was going to say, hey, I don't care. History is dumb. No, it's probably from when a bunch of, like, an explosion happened when something hit or something like that, and it's probably a piece of the meteorite that broke off or something like that, and it's still in our atmosphere. So that's probably what it is. Yeah, that's probably what it is. It's not a Tesla. It wouldn't make a sound, and then the Black Knight satellite makes a bunch of sounds, and it affects things. Because people believe in it, and it's God. I just laughed myself farting. Alright, I'm sorry. Alright, cool. So, it's above all else. Remember the Black Knight satellite, guys. It's just a rock, and it's probably a break-off of something that tried to hit the Earth. It might have been Armageddon with Bruce Willis and Liv Tyler. I don't want to close my eyes. I don't want to fall asleep 'cause I pissed my pants. And I don't want to laugh anymore. Ooh. Alright guys, we're going to have a fun day. Remember, you are your own one-man metaphorical personal bomb squad. You can defuse situations before they happen. You can be yourself. And this is a live stream, so I made all this shit up on the fly. So, it's pretty awesome, guys. It's pretty awesome. Have a good day.